Okay, right, with me sorting out, I've got a couple of things here that I've started, not finished, so I'm gonna carry on with, because I've been making a few bits and pieces. So I think what I'll do, I'll make things now in mind to put it in here. Got a little journal here because I've done this. One day I sat there and just stitched all that. I was practicing me freehand machining, so but I like to, you know, whatever I do, I like it for it to become something. So I tend to make, you know, journal covers or anything like that. This is just a bit of collage papers that you might have even seen me do in a previous video. Okay, this was in my pot, or in my, I've got one of those big caddies, wooden caddies with all my tags in and everything as well. All my made tags from the tag fabrication time when we've done all those tags. Then I've got this little one, which I think I showed you how to do the cover on that. So there's a little journal to finish here. I quite like this tag actually, so that was one that was left over. So I might put that on a page somewhere in the journal. Not, you know, not sure yet. It's a bit lumpy, but we'll see. I'm not sure about it because of this. I could take it off. I mean, this, it's better if they're sort of like on the front, and it's a little bit small for that. This, I don't know when I've done, but I've done it ages ago. You know, one of the cardboard things. But, and they're quite, a lot of people doing them at the minute. So I thought, well, I'll get mine out and do something with it. Today, the first thing I'm going to do is actually gesso it. Okay, you know, and then go from there really. I just gesso it a bit, and I use a brayer for that today, and I'm going to spray it. I think I might line the inside with fabric, or that might even be the cover yet. I don't know, but just see what happens, see if I like it or not. Or it could become another art journal type thing, because I've still got loads of papers to go in another one. So, but I don't really want to start that one now because I've got the other, because if I start this and do it, then I want to work in it, so I've got to hold off. Right, gesso I'm looking for, here we go. So I just thought I'd gesso this to start with, and then go from there. That can be drying while I start working on the, oops, upside down, on the others. Right, a bit of card here, so thin card. Oops. A little bit too much. Okay. I'm just going to get the cloth. Yeah, that's all right. And just rub some of it sort of back, if you know what I mean. Especially when there's a bit of text coming through. Because I've used, I think on this one, let's have a look. I must have used gel medium on that, because it's quite flexible. Okay. Okay, so I've put that all now back into the background, yeah? So leave that dry and I'll bring that out another day. Yeah, I've been finding all bits of kits. I haven't gone through my folders and my kits in at all, but that's just hanging in with the tags. So, right, which one shall we start? I think I'm going to start with this shape first. So what I'm going to do, I'll put this cover away, okay, and we'll work on that. Just gives me a size in mind for when I work with all the bits and pieces that I've been working with. So, and also a feel for colours and things like this. So I'm just getting it a bit bendy. So you could leave that alone as well for a minute. And then just work on the pages. Good one for June. I'm just looking here. What's that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's all sort of just odd bits of paper and everything. That one I would trim down a little bit. So you can see that maybe. I think we can add a few more pages, so let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll count that as 1, 7, 8, 10. Yeah. Okay. I think I had some here. That one that might make something. So the first thing I'm going to do is make some pockets. Do you know what I mean? That might be all right. A little bit more. Okay, yeah. I'm going to make some pockets. I most probably use that one somewhere. I might even use that there. I will have to fold these in. That's going to fit there. Right, what I'm going to do is take that out. Sort that page out. Some of that wants cutting off. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So yeah, they're just going to be a eclectic little journals, those two. All the bits and pieces that I've got lying around and not what I've been doing. Some of the things I've been doing are a bit too big, so I have got some bits of paper. Found some more bits. I found bits that I've tore out of journals. So, I mean, if that didn't suit, then I could always just use that. I want a long bit to cover that. That might work. Ooh, no. Might have to get out some of my plain ones, but that might work. That's okay. Right, what I'm going to do there is just put a little bit of gesso top and bottom just to lighten that. It's a bit heavy down there, isn't it? Okay. I'll be stitching mine anyway, so I'm not really worried. That's why I'm putting it on with that. It sticks enough for this. Straighten that bit up now and cut it off. So that goes like that, and then this will go here. Yeah, I think I went, no, what's most probably wrong, so I didn't cut it very well, so I didn't use it. Try a look at that, so we can rearrange that. I'm usually a little bit better than that. Okay. So I'm gonna do it like that. Okay, and before I stitch that in, I'm gonna stitch around there. Okay, first off, of course, a bit of washi tape, because that's not very thick. Okay. All right. So let's stitch around there, then I'll fold them back. Okay, and glue them down there. But first off, I'll stitch along here, and then I'm going to stitch all the way around this bit. That's quite a nice thick piece of paper, actually. Right, I'm going to do that. Okay, I've done that. So I did end up cutting the wings off of that. I thought it was silly having it. And so there's a little pocket there. Just stitched around that, so basic. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit of tea stain to this one. I have sorted the book out a bit, actually, because I've got loads left over from what I was doing, so I thought that would look nice, because it's sort of, there's butterflies and there is a few birds in here, I noticed, so I thought, brilliant, that'll go with it, and it does blend in lovely as well. So that's going to be in the centre, which I need to tea stain that. I think there's another page somewhere that was a little bit... Oh, the map. I need to tea stain a bit. And... Oh, and that one. Because that side's okay. That side's... Do just with a little bit. And I found that. And that was fennel. And I think that is going to go in... on a bit of washi tape as a flip. All right, so that at least then you can read what's on the back. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with how that is. And then one of those on the front, because they were just sat here. And I thought that's great. That all blends in beautifully. And I might actually keep it as it is, you know, not take all this out and put a window in, because I just think that as a like a tag or something on the front would look good. Yeah, I've got two there, so I have to cut that down. And yeah, I've just got to do a little bit of work on this. Maybe a little bit of gesso here and there, but not totally, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I'm all right. That's sorted. So I'm going to go ahead and tea stain bits and pieces, and then after that I'll stop the video and I'll just go and sew, cut down, sew a few pages, and then we will get on to putting a few pockets in. I'm actually quite like the way that is working, you know, with that as a flip, and then that comes over there. So this could be a nice coloured something strip. Even that would go, actually. Part of that might work from what we've done. I mean, this is yonks old. I can't remember when I printed that out. So yeah, oh, that doesn't go there. I've marked a place because you know what I'm like. I have to rewatch the video and see where things go. So I'm gonna make sure that's not wire. Just add a little bit more down there. Oh, that's lasered, so that's not going to run or anything. Okay. Okay, I'm telling you what I'm going to do. Let's actually use a bit, because this is still here from something I was doing the other day. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, do you know what? I want to spray. I want to make life interesting. Brilliant. And then a little bit on there. Yeah. And a little bit in there. Okay. What I did. This one is it's called old paper, but it's green. But it's a nice green. Yep. So I'll dry both of that. I'm just seeing if I got anything that's a bit white. There we go. Just mop that up. Okay. Okay, and that's that. It's really funny. It goes on green, and then when you dry it, it turns blue. with bits of green in as well. It's absolutely I love it, that one. I think that's one of my favourites. It's really clever. Right, so we can put that back here now. Yeah, this was near the front, I know, but when I'd done it, it was a lot shorter, so I put that one nearer the middle. Yeah, it's got seabirds there, look. There's quite a lot of birds in this one, so yeah, that's it. So I've got to do that page here. There. And then I've got that other one to do. Not worried of the inside of the cover yet, because I can sort that out. So this one, just gonna do it a little bit, and then take the whiteness off like that. I'm not drying 100% mine, okay? Don't need to, because I'm not finishing off today, so get ready. That goes there, yeah. And it was the other way round, but I prefer it that way. Okay, so that's that one done. And then we've got the middle one, which I know that's going to go in the middle, so I'm not worried about that. And there was one other, which was the map. So if I do that, then mark that. That's where the map goes. Okay, we'll do these together. Okay, right, I'm going to spray a bit of that first. And also a bit of that. But I'm going to spray water on the top, yeah. To sort of disperse it a bit. And then get in there. Get some staining going on. Like that. minus the cat hairs. Okay. It's cool. And then a little bit of brown, I think, as well on there. And that'll react with the oxides that's underneath. Okay, perfect. I tend to lift mine off of the glass mat because it stays wet on here, okay, because it takes ages to dry. It's sort of like all gets wet on here, so I just lift it up a bit. Okay, so I've done that one. Okay, I just added a few drips. I don't know whether I showed that or not. Just hung over it and added a few on top of that one. Yeah. And that's the front. Now I'm going to do this sort of same on here. I mean, this is bright white. This is just coffee, and it's I make about a teaspoonful of coffee, like a mug, and that's what fits in here really. So, but if it's too dark, just dilute it a bit more. If it's too light, put a bit more coffee in. We'll put that. That old paper is amazing. I absolutely love it, as you can tell. So I'm gonna react that with a bit instead of water. I'm doing it with a bit of coffee. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and I will dab some of that off. I'm just going to leave that for a second because I'm going to use this on some doilies while I'm here. Okay. Okay. And if you don't want to see this sort of thing that I do, I can cut it all out, but I do leave bits in just to show you how my mind works and how I get to where I get to sometimes with you know, all the papers that I end up having. Okay, and these will build up a couple of times. I don't dry these, I just put them over there, and by the time I need them again, they usually dry. Sometimes they stick together. That's only a doily. Okay, and I'm gonna just add a bit of water, see if I can get some marks going on in there. Okay, some of this would, because it's laser printed, it might not lift, but I've got bleeding through the back, which is, I haven't got a problem with that. It's not gonna, doesn't affect all this at all. It'll just affect the light bits. It's a little bit damp. I'll just do that bit there. The other way. Okay, that's those done. Let's put them back in here. Right, that one's in the middle, and this one is here. By the time, you know, we finish working on that the crinkles will go out of that. That's fine. I am gessoing it. I'm just doing this. I'll be stitching again around this, but I'm just getting those white bits done. This was one of my very first collage sheets a few years ago now. I've done a load of them. Okay, this is where I do the sort of, actually, I am doing this as well. A little bit of ink on there first. I saw some white bits there. That sort of blends everything together. So does this gesso when I do it. Getting all over my fingers. Okay, that's fine. It will blend in with the ink, if you know what I mean, and go sort of like a beigey colour. I'm just going to test where that's going to be. Okay. And that can now just dry, leave that alone for a minute. And I've got a bit of gesso left. So, out comes the brayer. And I go right through the book now. Okay, and do what I normally do on every page, but again, very little, just a little bit. All right, and then I'll come back when it's done. Okay, I've gone ahead and done a little stitching like I said I would. I've also created some pockets because as I was stitching I was seeing things. Yeah, this one because I had that from Edith Holden that I wanted in there, and this is from the other Tidy Tuesday that we made. I made that, so that's gone in there brilliantly. I like that. I've added some tabs. I usually do an odd number, and what I tend to do, I start near the middle, especially if I've used two colours. Yeah, I start near the middle and then I'll go opposite like that. Okay, and then that's what I do so that I can get my colours right. So yeah, so I've done quite a bit of stitching on a lot of the pages just to firm them up a bit. I mean, it looks sort of wonky, but it isn't. So that's that one there. That's the Edith Holden that I'd already cut that, where I don't cut them now. I actually keep them whole and then fold them in. So, but that one's cut. And here, again, that's one of the embellishments we got. I haven't cut anything yet. So, and this is where I said I was going to do a flip. So you can read the back. That's just a bit of washi tape. Okay, it's not glued in. It's so it can be taken out red and then stuck in somewhere else. This was just a bit of coffee stain paper from what I've ripped out of other journals. And then I just made a pocket with a collage sheet over the top and just made a pocket out of that. That's going with what I'm doing. You know, these collage sheets come in handy all the time. There's bits left, look, and I mean, they just go. So I don't know whether that's a freebie. It might be a freebie. Can't remember. I suspect it is. Is that one there? So it might be on the Facebook group and the website. I'm not sure, but I'll try and find out where it is, and then I'll post it in the description box because I can't actually remember. But if it's in my freebie file on the computer, it's in one of the areas. And also, I'm going to do another video on this anyway, but people have asked for because of the images that I put on as a freebie, and they're not on Facebook, you know, through privacy reasons and all that. You quite understand, no problem at all. So what I've done, I've put them in on Etsy for £1 because you get fees and everything with Etsy, so you know I've got to cover my costs. So I put them in 2 files at the moment because that's all I have up to date. The rest are either on the website. So I've done it from when I stopped putting them on the website. So I think there's 13 in one and 14 in another, something like that. So, and I've just done it for £1. So all different things. I haven't done the Christmas ones because I've done quite a few Christmas ones. So they'll be in a separate one as well, but there's not that many there. So I'll wait until there's a few more. So from now we'll be collecting. So it's going to be a couple of months before you get a load more, because I don't want to go and put 3 or 4 in. I want to make it, you know, worthwhile. So there's like 14 printable sheets. So, and they're all different. They're all just odd things. A lot of them go with kits and different things. And sometimes I'll just fancy doing something and put it out there, you know. And it don't actually go with anything, but somebody makes use of it. Yeah, a bit of brown paper. I added that in because I felt as though I could do a bit more. So because I've made some pocket out of 2 of the pages, so I've got rid of, you know, that. So I think this was extra and this was extra. That's just, I folded that in. I thought, well, it could still be collaged. That's the map page there. And this is, and again, another one that we've done with the snippets I've done, or clusters I should say. Yeah, saw me put that in, I think. Oh yeah, this is the page. I mean, that image there was just not very nice at all because it was just black. So I had music paper over that and that. So I've just made a pocket and folded that bit back, washi tape, and now stitched here. And now we've got a pocket. Yeah, and that's not too bad, that side. Yeah, and then that's a bit of music paper. Writing on just a bit of washi tape. Oh, and when you stitch washi tape, stitch on the top. Don't stitch down this bit. It doesn't like it. My machine doesn't like it. So I always stitch over the top and it's fine. That's that. I just added a little tab there. And then that's the middle. Okay, and that's just the other side. Just added a bit of washi tape. There we go. See, I stitched this side and look, this is what happens. Just the machine won't go forward. So, right, but if you do it on the top down, it's fine. Yeah, and another little snippet on that page there. It's hanging over the page. That's the other side of that book page. And here I created a pocket again because that was really horrible behind there. So that I just glued that bit down and then folded, yeah, the book page over and made a tuck spot there. And then we've got another tuck spot here. I think you saw me do that one. And then there's pages there. And again, just put washi tape in to make the pages, you know, stiffer, and it does work. That's that one. The inside of these maps actually took ink and everything really lovely, because that's one I just spritzed on, if you remember, because it was white, and I really like that. There, brown paper. And that's the other side of that. Yeah, and then that's another snippet that I've recently done, and I've stitched that in, stitched around. Yeah, and then that one there. That's the other side. Got to ink these bits here. Haven't done that yet. Missed that. I think, you know, towards about there's a couple of things where I need something else. So, but like I said, that's what I've done for now, and a bit more gesso, like gesso on here. But yeah, that's great. And so I thought I'd show you that because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the cover. I think I've sorted out what I want to do. I've put this, I haven't stitched around any of this yet, but I collaged that on the back and put a little bit of washi tape here. Okay, because I thought then it balanced with that up there. So that's that. Then here I said I was going to use a bit of this. I do feel that the black is a bit black, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to actually touch up with a bit of gesso. All right, just to dull that black down. I just think it's staring too much at me at the moment. That's not going to go there. So this is going to, oh, and I stuck that there because this is going to go like that. Okay, might have something down here yet. I'm not sure, but I'm going to work with this. So I'm going to put a bit of gesso around the outside. I'm going to seal this because this is inkjet. And then I'm going to glossy accent the butterflies. Okay, which I think with that. Okay. And so I'm going to do that in a minute because I'm going to cook my roast dinner, and I thought, well, that will be ready for tomorrow then. But like I say, I only had a couple of hours today. So what I'm going to do is get the gesso, and I'm going to put it on a dry brush, quite a firm one. Well, that one's dry, very firm. You can do this with your fingers, actually. Oops, now watch it doesn't go on that. Knowing me, I'll flick it everywhere. It just feels a little bit too black, even though this is black, but it's more sort of like aged a bit, if you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna tone that down a bit. That's better. And I'm gonna carry on. Just don't get carried away now. Just sort of, you know, just art it up a bit. And definitely a bit on there. Okay, that's good. And I will seal that now. No idea what these were for. And I might have something sort of, you know, raggedy behind it as well. All right, that will make it feel a bit better because, oh, these, because I was thinking I might cut these. Yeah, definitely need some of this behind it. I don't want to just put that down, but that's better. Yeah, I mean, that'll dull down in a minute as well, but that's great. It's more in keeping with everything else now. But yeah, I want some of this, and I'm just wondering whether to cut these so that they're really raggedy, because there's more of decoration than that actual tab. So I might do that yet. But I should have done one and seen what it was like but I do fancy cutting it. And then sort of do that. Actually, I am. That is better. That makes me feel better. It's a little bit too neat. And then I can rough all those up. I might even just stitch them one more time, if you know what I mean, down here. Not sure. I didn't actually want them as tabs. I just want them as sort of ruffly bits. So yeah, I shall have a play of that and just see how much we can pull out. Which this will all come out great. Yeah, when I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's a bit neat for me, you know, on this sort of journal. But yeah, I shall spend time doing that, and I know that will make me feel better. Yeah, so right, I'll show you one and then I'll do the rest off camera because it'll take, you know what it's like, it takes a while. Oh, I will seal it first. For quickness, I use my, shall I use acrylic wax? I might use gel medium actually. I've got a thick one here somewhere. So yeah, I've got that one, but there's loads out there. There's Pebeo one, there's all sorts. See, it's lovely stuff. I mean, I was gifted this one, so I've never used it before. But I've got loads of different tubs of gloss medium, matte medium, because I use it all the time in my art journal. So but I didn't tend to use it so much on these sort of things because I don't know. So I think in some places it can be quite expensive, but I think the Pebeo one is not a bad price. No, I haven't bought it for ages. I got mine all from a show because I bought great big tubs of it. Oh no, sorry, not a show, from the range. They was clearing out their warehouse, and I got like tubs of it for 50p and £1. It was silly prices. There was things that were like 19 pence. It's really weird pricing. It was like, is this real? I think it was me, Janet, and Tina went shopping, and it was like we filled our basket up. I think a whole litre tub of gesso was like 150. It was, I just don't know. It's like the packaging was old and things like that, you know. Right, okay, that will do before it starts to. I do use acrylic wax for this as well, which I really like. So, so I've got too much out there. All right, let that dry. And this is where I'll get something. Like that. And see what we got around me, which I actually haven't got a lot. Oh yeah. And I'll just stick this down. It can be the start of a tag or something. Just overlap that because of that edge. I know I've got that, but this might come in handy for something else. Actually, sort of goes really, doesn't it? Funny, that page goes with so many things. There's another one, a freebie. I think I used it on, oh, you might not have seen the video yet. I'm not sure. But I used on something I made recently. Actually, that page. That is just, I use it all the time. It's great. And that's a freebie as well. Right, that's that. So I'm going to dry that off and then I'll do one butterfly with the gloss, and you do need it straight. Okay, it's still a little bit bendy, so what I'm going to do is just stick it to another piece of card, some washi tape, because it is important that it's flat. Okay, I hope you can see me. So what I'll do is, yeah, because I'm being left-handed, and I can't remember which side the camera is actually. Oh, it's here, so might be all right. I don't really squeeze, I just let it come out, and then you don't get any bubbles. I have to squeeze a little bit there because it's not coming out, so I keep the nozzle, I sort of get some out and then keep the nozzle in and just swish it about. Okay. I mean, you could cut the other butterflies out and put them on top, and that would look nice as well. Right. No, there's 101 things you can do, really. That's why we like it. Crafting is very versatile, isn't it? I do want some on my body. Just gotta be a bit careful there. Okay, so I will do all of them like that, and I'll push out a little bit. Okay. Push out a little bit there, I noticed. Okay, no bubbles. Okay, so I'll go and I'll do all those, and I shall see you when it's all dry, and then most probably put the journal together.